The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Tama is drawing away, and Tama with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
Il Miracolo now in command.
Let's Go Racing is proudly brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing, a big show for you today. It is turning for home day this Monday here at Parks Racing, and it was the Grade 1 Travers up at Saratoga. And we have a leader of the 3-year-old division. We have a special interview with Mrs. Patricia Chapman on Smarty Jones, the past and the future. We're excited about that. But it is turning for home day this Monday at Parks, and we are so proud of our racehorse retirement program.
No question, and of course, Danny, you're very much involved in it. They're closing now on 4,000 horses have gone through the program, won to second homes. It's a great story here at the racetrack.
And I was able to catch up with Danny Montgomery on the backside to talk about turning for home. We're really excited about turning for home day, celebrate our retired racehorses, and it's this Monday, September 4th at Parks Racing.
Yeah, we're inviting everybody out to a great day of racing. It's Labor Day at Parks, which is always a good time. Our picnic area fills up, and we're celebrating 15 years of turning for home, which provides a safe second careers and a safe retirement for our beloved horses.
This year's been a really busy year for us, and we're still going strong. What kind of numbers are we at with retired racehorses here?
Dan, it's crazy, but we're going to pass 4,000 horses by the end of this year. And what we do for them is when the trainers have decided that they're done racing, we provide all the rehabilitation they need, any surgeries. We find them the perfect partner farm that matches, what they want to do, and then we try to match them up with the best adopters. So we assist every horse. We haven't turned one horse away in 15 years.
Why are thoroughbreds so awesome?
Oh, so thoroughbreds are the best. I mean, I'm a little partial, but they can do anything. If you want to do something fast, get on a thoroughbred.
Well, we're really excited about turning for home day. Come out to Parks and join us for a great day.
Yeah, come on out. We're going to have a lot of fun.
It has been such a pleasure to work alongside Danielle. We are the Danny and Danny Show, that's for sure.
Yes, you are.
It's going to be a great day. Come out, as Danielle said, the picnic grove will be packed, and we're going to have a lot of fun things planned to celebrate these great racehorses while they're here on the track and what they do off the track. Let's get into the Grade 1 Travers up at Saratoga. This is the Midsummer's Derby, $1.25 million purse. It's a big one, and 1.25 miles is the distance, and the favorite is Forte, who is coming off a pretty good performance.
Yeah, he won the Jim Dandy. It's interesting. He's the 2-year-old champion. He's the only one of the group of horses that are getting bet that didn't win a Triple Crown race this year. That's how strong the race was. And of course, this is the prep for the Pennsylvania Derby on September 23rd. Arcangelo, the Belmont winner, the second choice, Danny at 5-2. Mage, the Derby winner. National Treasure, the Preakness winner. A loaded field. Of course, I didn't like any of them. I liked Scotland, the horse on the outside, who I thought would at least make the lead. I got that part right.
Lots going on in this Travers field. Here is the call.
And so Scotland will be the pacemaker. On the inside, Arcangelo is now making an early bid. Forte just behind them, and National Treasure on the outside takes third. Forte is now back to fourth. The opening quarter went in 23 and 2/5 seconds. It's a very compact field. Tappet Trice much closer with those blinkers moving up on the outside now to be a joint third and only 2 or so off the leader. At the back of the field is Disarm as Mage calms down a bit and is right next to him. Down the back stretch. And it's Scotland. The half went in 48 seconds flat. National Treasure is 3/4 back in second, and Tappet Trice just outside of them. Arcangelo has backed off fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. Outside of him comes Mage. Forte has shuffled all the way back to last. He's just behind Disarm, 5 lengths front to back as they head to the half-mile pole in the Midsummer Derby. And Scotland continues to lead narrowly. National Treasure now pushed along for a little bit more. Tappet Trice makes it 3 right across the track. Arcangelo will go 4 wide, but he's making some nice headway, and there goes Arcangelo on the outside along with Tappet Trice. Forte still has 4 lengths to find. He's starting to warm up, just got a crack as he'll come 5 wide into the stretch. Scotland, Arcangelo, In between them, it's Tappet Trice. Forte still 5 lengths back and Disarm trying to come through a narrow opening as Arcangelo has opened up a 3-length lead. And it's the Belmont winner in charge. Disarm gets loose late and is coming with a menacing bid. It's Arcangelo and Disarm 1-2. Arcangelo, another Travers for Javier Castellano.
Well, Arcangelo and Javier Castellano proved that they were not a one-hit wonder and a really strong performance. A lot going on there. Forte just didn't show up. And a couple of the other horses, too, were a little disappointing. Mage, our Kentucky Derby winner, but Arcangelo really emerged as the leader of the division.
Yeah, no question, Danny. Not a single 3-year-old had won more than one Grade 1. Well, now Arcangelo has not only won the Belmont Stakes, he's won the Travers, the clear leader of the 3-year-old division as we head into the fall. He got 105 buyer figure. Each race he's run has been faster than the previous one all the way from the beginning. And congratulations to our friend John Ebert. Of course, came on the show with us a couple of weeks ago. And trainer Jenna Antonucci, that was an 11-week layoff since the Belmont Stakes. That hasn't been done in 20 years. So really impressive that they won. I thought the second horse, Disarm, was good, coming late. We will see Disarm in the Pennsylvania Derby. Steve Asmussen has said he's coming. We're not sure about the rest of them. Big bonuses, obviously, for the Arcangelo owner. 100,000 for John, 100,000 for Janet. Love to see him come. They haven't said anything particular yet. Mage would be nice. That's 50,000 of the owner and trainer. Love to see any of them, but to be determined on who comes on September 23rd. But it was a very good prep race for the PA Derby, I thought.
Absolutely. Masterful training job by Jenna Antonucci, and we're looking forward to see which 3-year-old does come and get in the starting gate here September 23rd. Well, let's get to our local race. We're going to take a look at Tuesday's 8th race. It's an open allowance race for fillies and mares, $60,000 purse. It's a big one, and Bourbon Bombay is the favorite. My favorite horse on the racetrack.
Of course. Your good friend Aaron owns the horse, and Ramon Martin trains, and it's a great story. She's never lost, 5 for 5. She doesn't run very often, but when she runs, she wins.
She does, and we affectionately call her Bonnie. Olivia Darling ships in for second choice for Jorge Delgado, Paco Lopez aboard. This is a nice horse as well.
Indeed, and Bourbon Bombay beat her last time when they ran against each other. See if she can do it again.
Here's the call of the local race of the week.
And Bourbon Bombay, the undefeated filly, putting it on the line. She's going to show them the way down the backstretch. On the outside, out dancing, inside long shot, Shiro. Then in between, juror number 4, early edition, taking back there. Then on the outside, moving up, out dancing, and nothing yet from Sweet Wilhelmina, the opening quarter, 23-1 as they make their way into the turn. Bourbon Bombay, she has some company coming. Olivia Darling up to put some pressure on her on the outside. Juror number 4 making her move. She's now in third. Shiro is dropping back. Then it's back to out dancing, Sweet Wilhelmina, and early edition as they make their way through the turn. The half, 47 flat. There's a quarter mile left to go. Bourbon Bombay, that undefeated record on the line. Olivia Darling to the outside, up to confront her. Those two noses apart, neither giving an inch. Bourbon Bombay game. She's pinning her ears and fighting on, but Olivia Darling with the momentum. Juror number 4, the run from off the pace. Olivia Darling, Bourbon Bombay comes right back at her. There's a 16th left to go. Olivia Darling on the inside, Bourbon Bombay, and Olivia Darling, she's going to get the win. Olivia Darling over a game Bourbon Bombay.
And Olivia Darling does turn the tables on Bourbon Bombay. It was quite the finish, though. Paco Lopez had the advantage being on the outside.
Yeah, I sent you a text right after the race. I said if the poster reversed, I think Bourbon Bombay is still undefeated. But I thought lost nothing in defeat. She never gave in. She kept trying all the way to the end. So if you're going to lose, it's a good way to lose. She lost gallantly for sure.
Yeah, she didn't understand why she didn't get her picture taken after the race, so we had to explain that one to her. She's used to getting her picture. But a great race, and Olivia Darling with a really nice win there. Well, we're going to head to our first break, but don't go anywhere. Mrs. Chapman, I always call her the queen of Pennsylvania horse racing. We have a great interview with her coming up.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the Pointer Sisters, Hollywood Walk of Fame 3-time Grammy Award winners, Saturday, September 23rd. The Pointer Sisters bring their solid gold hits to the stage of the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
For years, the Wager Warrior has protected our tracks. Now he's on a mission to help his fellow warriors win big. Let's see how it's going.
Boats Rockin' has been having a good run. He's definitely gonna show. Should I risk it on the win?
Hey you, over here. No, down here. Check out the past performances. I've sent them to your email. I was just trying to help. Go to penhorseracing.com/wagerwarriors to get your past performances today.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. We have a fun new segment for you. That is Hey Mr. DJ. And he got to talk to one of the coolest ladies here ever on the Philadelphia racetrack.
No question about that, Danny. I got a chance to catch up with Pat Chapman, of course, the owner of Smarty Jones. She lives down in Florida now, but her heart is always around here. This isn't the full interview, but you can catch the whole interview on letsgoracingparks.com. But here's a flavor of my chat with Pat.
Pat, it's going to be 20 years since Smarty Jones won the Derby and Preakness next year. Is that kind of hard to believe? Like, where did the time go there?
You know, in so many ways, Dick, you're right. It's hard to believe it was that long ago. And yet, in other ways, it feels so long ago. It's hard to explain. But yeah, where the heck did the time go? It goes faster every year.
When you look back on it, Pat, on 2004, what stands out for you? Was it all the races that Smarty won or the one race that he didn't win?
Oh, boy. Boy, you hit hard, Dick. Gosh, it's all of it. You know, it's what he did for racing, what he did for so many of the fans, the excitement he created, so many children whose lives he touched. I still look at that stack of fan mail from so many people, but particularly from children who were inspired by Smarty. Those are the things I remember. And of course the big win in the Derby. Well, big wins all the way. The big win in the Derby and the Preakness. Second place in the Belmont Stakes. That ain't bad, is it?
That's a pretty good run. No question about it. 2004, Act 71 was finally passed, the slots bill, and Governor Rendell has given credit to Smarty Jones. He said it never would have happened. They've been trying for years. What does that mean for you that Pennsylvania racing has been able to thrive largely because of the impact of Smarty Jones?
Well, it's kind of unbelievable. It's hard to believe that one little homebred horse from a small farm in Pennsylvania, it could do all of that and, made it all possible to happen. And, of course, Ed Rendell was certainly a big part of it, pushing for it and being so passionate about getting this done. He was certainly a big part of it, and all of you were. But hard to believe that horse did so much for Pennsylvania.
She really is the best. She is the classiest woman I ever met, one of my idols. You can catch the full interview. Go to www.letsgoracingparks.com for the full interview. You don't want to miss it. Well, let's get into more Grade 1 racing from Saratoga. This is the Forgo, $500,000 purse, 7 furlongs. This is a really nice sprint. Elite Power is our post-time favorite.
Yeah, hasn't lost in forever, and it's a rematch of the race at Saratoga not that long ago. Elite Power and Gunna 3-5 and 6-5.
Here's track announcer Frank Miramati with the call of the Forgo.
Gunite is the quickest out of there. Pipeline is showing good speed, and those two hook up in the opening furlong. Elite Power is only 2 lengths off them in third, followed by Synthesis and High Oak at the back of the field. Gunite is a little bit faster than Pipeline, but they're going at a very moderate clip, heading toward the half-mile pole. The opening quarter in 23 seconds flat, so a tactical advantage to Gunite coming to the half-mile pole. Tyler Gaffleone trying to slow things down as much as possible. Pipeline is second. Elite Power 2 off the pace in third. Synthesis being worked upon outside of him. And another 2 back to High Oak. Midway on the far turn, the half in 46 and 1. And it's Gunite and Pipeline 1-2. Elite Power 3 off them now in third. As High Oak takes fourth, they're at the top of the stretch. And Gunite off the rail, forcing Elite Power to his inside. And these two hook up once again with a furlong left to go. Gunite got the jump. Elite Power a half length behind trying to get him. Gunite still full of run though. And Gunite is maintaining the lead.
And Gunite turns the tables with jockey Tyler Gaffleone, who was really credited for just a really strong ride, made great decisions, and a really nice win for Winchell Thoroughbreds.
Look, his edge was his speed. He got Gunite to the front, which we knew was going to happen, and then he kind of sent Elite Power to the rail, where he just didn't look quite as comfortable as closing it on the outside. But we'll see both of these again in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
We're going to go to the Ballerina. This is another grade 1 they had on Travers Day. $500,000 purse. This is also going 7 furlongs for our fillies and mares. And our post-time favorite is Echo Zulu, another trainee of Steve Asmussen and a daughter of Gunrunner.
And you could make a case, Danny, that she could be undefeated in 10 starts. She's 8 for 10, and her 2 losses, she had legitimate excuses in both. She's that good. She just came off the race of her life, got a 112 by her last out.
And of course, she's facing Goodnight Olive. We all remember from winning the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, Eclipse champion, and Dr. B's also in this race as well.
Indeed, and Goodnight Olive beat Echo Zulu in that Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint at Keeneland last year.
Here's the girls in the Ballerina.
Echo Zulu with a bit more natural speed leads by a half length, but Goodnight Olive is right off her flank in second. Then Matarea, Dr. B in between, and Caramel Swirl inches up on the outside now to take third, putting pressure on both Echo Zulu and Goodnight Olive, who are heads apart rounding the far turn on even terms. Goodnight Olive on the outside puts her nostrils in front. Echo Zulu asked to counter. Outside of them, Caramel Swirl, the half in 45 and 1. They're at the top of the stretch. Their records nearly identical as they square off once again. Echo Zulu on the inside and Goodnight Olive 1-2 in the Ballerina with a furlong left to go. And Echo Zulu puts her away, opening up through the stretch. Echo Zulu.
Echo Zulu getting the win. Another great win for sire Gunrunner and trainer Steve Asmussen and Winchell Thoroughbreds. And boy, she is fast. She just has another gear that is just, she kind of lowers her body and takes off.
Yeah, another 112 buyer. She backed up that last one. That's what it's going to be. She'll be the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, assuming nothing unusual happens between now and then. And Goodnight Olive will be there too. That was actually the fastest race she's ever run, even though she was second, and it was way back to third. Those two are really good.
Yeah, they were flying. Well, we're going to go to New Jersey. We're going to support one of our local trainers. That's Farrell Mann. He's running in the 11 North Handicap. This is for New Jersey bred fillies and mares at Monmouth Park. 6 furlongs, $100,000 is the purse. And our favorite is Mia's Crusade for Chuck Spina.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that filly at all, but we're mostly interested in Beach Days, as you said, Danny. We featured her on the show a couple weeks ago when she won the Smart and Classy up at Monmouth for Farrell and Adam Bowman, and they're back to try again.
And Tim Shaw has Precious Avery in there, who's been really fun to watch, really consistent on both turf and dirt surfaces. Well, here's Chris Griffin with the call, the 11 North.
Sadie Baby with Precious Avery and Roselba goes right with them. Those three across the racetrack early. Far outside, that's Mia's Crusade. Losing ground was Caliente Rum, was up with those leaders, just got past. Up on the outside here from Beach Days, who's now progressing in between horses, has now secured the 4th spot, has gotten over to the rail. Towards the back, I Can Run starts her rally from the back. Second to last is Get Groovy, and the trailer is Random Luck. They're well into the far turn. Precious Avery is in between horses. Roselba. Mia's Crusade is looming up on the outside. 22.36. 4 across the racetrack as Sadie Baby is driven along as well. They reach the top of the stretch. Roselba is kicked on. Mia's Crusade is ready to pounce, and here she comes. Mia's Crusade down the center of the racetrack, and Domar Torres, they're trying to open up on this field. Roselba is very game down towards the inside, is trying to come back. Mia's Crusade is up by 2.
And Mia's Crusade gets the win for trainer Chuck Spina with jockey Domar Torres riding. And it's really cool because Domar Torres actually calls Chuck Spina dad. He's so close with him, as he's really close with Aaron Lubick. He rides Bourbon Bombay, so really cool for him to get a win for him. And Beach Day, she was coming. She needs more distance, but what a really nice New Jersey bred.
She ran really well again for Farrell and Adams, so congratulations to them for a good second.
Well, we're going to head to another break, but don't go anywhere because we have our jockey and trainer of the week and the best of the rest all on the other side of this break.
Simovic has held the lead the entire way. Now let's see if he can take them home on the outside, splice the main brace.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
PA Bred, I think we've built a brand at this point.
The state of Pennsylvania has the best breeders program in the entire United States.
Angel of Empire wins the Arkansas Derby and wins it clear.
Caravel in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint.
Pennsylvania and the PHBA have the best state-bred program in the country, bar none. The best Breeders' Awards and Stallion Awards in the country.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, which we'll be celebrating here on Monday on Turning for Home Day. And jockey of the week is apprentice rider Jamie Torres. He's had multiple wins. He was riding up at Saratoga this summer, and I talked to him. He said he learned a lot. He does lose his apprenticeship in October, but he said he's ready to go on and be a journeyman.
He's a talent. You can see. I mean, he was a factor up at Saratoga. He wasn't getting many mounts, but when he rode really well.
Yeah, him and agent Kevin Bubster are teaming up for some magic, that's for sure. And congratulations, trainer of the week, Tyler Service. The apple does not fall far from the tree on this one. Tyler with his own barn and big with the teamwork. I love that about Tyler.
And speaking of the Service family, I wrote about John Service and his 2000th win this week on Let'sGoRacingParks.com.
Congratulations, John, and congratulations, Tyler. Let's get to the best of the rest. We're going to take a look at Monday's 8th race here at Parks. This is going to go a mile and 70 yards. Allowance optional claiming $35,000. 2 are in for that tag. $56,000 person coming for home, but Splice the Main Brace and Paco Lopez are looking strong.
Yeah, this is a really cool horse. Over $500,000 not too long ago was claimed from Butch Reed and the stable that had done so well with him by Richie Vega. He's going to get up at the wire, Splice the Main Brace. A couple of the owners, our man Dr. Appel and Sal DeBunda. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, love that wire to wire. And Dunn Roman Farms and Stanley Glick, congratulations to them. Let's go back to Saratoga. We're talking about the Grade 1 Personal Ensign going a mile and 1/8. This is for fillies and mares, $500,000. Now, this is a muddy track. Keep an eye on that. And the #1 Idiomatic's going to shoot out of the gate like a rocket.
Yeah, I was salivating on this race. I couldn't believe 4-1 on Idiomatic. She was lone speed. She overcame an impossible break to win the Del Cap, and Ness gets overbet every time she runs. She was 3-5. She's no faster than these horses. Idiomatic, loose on the lead, and long gone for Cox and Giroux.
Yeah, she won her last 3 races. A nice second place effort from Secret Oath, our Kentucky Oaks winner. Just a lot of nice fillies and mares.
And Clariere, our Cotillion winner, did not fire. One of the rare races she did not fire. Maybe it was the mud.
Definitely was the mud. She didn't want to get her feet wet. Well, let's go down to Charlestown under the lights. It's the $1 Million Charlestown Classic. This is a grade 2 going in 1 1/8 miles. And Skippy Longstocking, you guys remember him from the Pennsylvania Derby.
Yeah, he was an alum from last year's PA Derby. Didn't run particularly well that day, but he owns the Charlestown Classic for Sappy Joseph. Loose, gone, wins easy by 5, 102 buyer. Skippy Longstocking is gone over $1 million and change. He's $1.5 million now. Think about that.
That's a good chunk of change, and that's an awful cute name, Skippy Longstocking. Sappy with the 1-2 finish there in the Charlestown Classic. Well, it's time for Ion Racing, and it's a big weekend out at Del Mar with the Grade 1 Pacific Classic and the Del Mar Mile and a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's interesting. A couple of Haskell alums, the 3-year-olds going after the older horses, Go Rocket Ride and Arabian Night, who we wish we'd see here for the PA Derby, but maybe something will happen. He'll scratch and he'll still come here, but they're both running against the older in the Pacific Classic.
And of course, Saratoga has their last big weekend. We will be rooting for Yo-Yo Candy on Monday and the Grade 1 hopeful, and I'm going to give him a big send-off at the barn this week, that's for sure.
Nice. Look forward to it.
For trainer Danny Velasquez, we're going to get to our final break. When we come back, we have Parks picks for you, all coming up.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the Pointer Sisters, Hollywood Walk of Fame 3-time Grammy Award winners, Saturday, September 23rd. The Pointer Sisters bring their solid gold hits to the stage of the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, this is Parks Picks, and we're taking a look at Monday's 9th race. It's a good field. 1 mile and 70 yards is the distance, and I'll start. I'm going to go with the number 3, Awfully Cool, trainer Jacinto Solis. This horse has just been knocking on the door for a big win. He had a nice big performance over at Monmouth, and Dr. Larry Rebecchio is going to be here with a full fleet of people cheering this horse on.
Yeah, I'm going for Civil War, Danny. That's what this is. This is a civil war between you and me. Civil War, Lou Linder. That's who I like.
I like that name. Well, we have some big news for you in the horse racing world. Hall of Fame trainer Jonathan Shepard did pass away in his home in Florida at the age of 82.
Yeah, anybody that knows Jonathan, he is Pennsylvania racing. The word is overused, legend. He absolutely was one. Passed away at 82 years old at his Ashwell Farm down in Chester County. I mean, he won a race at Saratoga for 47 straight years. Steeplechase, flats, Breeders' Cup wins. He did it all. One of the greats in the history of the sport. Sad farewell to one of the all-timers at Jonathan Shepard.
Yeah, really sad. Well, we're thinking of him and his family at this time. Well, come join us Monday. It's turning for home day. We look forward to seeing you. We'll be here. Post time is 12:40. Thanks for watching Dick and I. We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.